David Aloysius Bandmiller. It's been a while. I miss you, man. You took me to my first Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Buffalo Bills in Pasadena. We lived together in our first dorm room and all that entailed. I have some things to share, but please keep in mind that everything that I'm going to share is rooted in my unconditional love for you. It really is. And that is an unconditional love that has lasted through a lot. It lasted, to give you one example, it lasted through you and your football teammates using beer cans as toilets in our dorm room for an entire weekend, simply because you didn't have the energy to walk 10 feet to the bathroom. It has endured, even though during my mother's Christmas party, sophomore year of college, while you were line dancing alone in the living room, tripped over your own feet and crashed ass first through my mother's glass coffee table. Sitting like this, I can still remember the look on your face. You've shattered the glass coffee table. You're in there, and the look of just shame and horror on your face, I'll never forget. And that is only topped by the shame that you endured after you got yourself out of the coffee table. You run up the stairs to my bedroom, open the door, go in the room, which was completely pitch black, and find out, much to your chagrin, several seconds later, that you had gotten into bed with my 83-year-old grandmother in the dark. And again, it is despite all of this that I love you. And those are my daughters. They're filming me that have never heard these stories. They're laughing right now. So it is despite those and many other stories that I love you, and I always will. And I am, while I may sound a little bit less than genuine or sarcastic here, I mean it, man. I love you, always, and I miss you. Now, it is also out of this love that I want to give a gift to you. It is a very real gift. I think it is, this is the best way to deliver it on video. And it goes back to, you probably haven't thought about this in, many, many years. The essence of this mystery started 31 years ago. 32 years ago, when we were freshmen at Santa Clara University in the dorms. And while you may not have thought about it in all of these years, it is a mystery. And I know, at least at the time, that you tried very hard to find out what happened. This may surprise you, and it may, after you hear the story, eventually hurt you. But I am going to unveil the mystery for you today. The mystery of the Tecmo Bowl game. The mystery of the Tecmo Bowl game that became unusable. The mystery of the Tecmo Bowl game that sent you from incessantly playing video games in our dorm room to someone else's dorm room. And I'm going to tell you what happened. So the backstory, if you don't remember too much about it, is that when we moved in together at Santa Clara University, Graham 200, in the second room coming from the South Street, you like to play Tecmo Bowl. You played Tecmo Bowl before we went to dinner. You played Tecmo Bowl after we came back from dinner. You played Tecmo Bowl when you woke up in the morning, before we went to bed, before classes, after classes. You played Tecmo Bowl before you went to football practice and baseball practice and after practice. You played Tecmo Bowl all the time. And that's cool. And I respected that. That's what you wanted to do. The problem came in, and the frustration with me came in when everyone else in our dorm liked playing with you and came into our dorm room to play Tecmo Bowl, which was, I know, a lot of fun for you, and I'm glad you had that time. Worked out well for you. But to me, it was very difficult to get anything done. Couldn't call my parents on the phone, couldn't call my friends on the phone. Most importantly, I couldn't study. As you know, I took, studying back then pretty seriously. So after, I don't know, roughly 2 full months of constant noise and screaming and Tecmo Bowl competitions with you and most of the other guys in our dorm room, I was very frustrated. I was pissed because it was my room too. And despite your love of the game and dedication to the game, there came a point where I felt I needed to take action as a co-equal partner in that dorm room. So, and this gets to the heart of the mystery, David. It may be a surprise, and I want you to remember the unconditional love when I tell you what happened to your game. Again, I decided to take the matter into my own hands. So one day, I waited, it was during the week, I believe it was early in the week. I waited until you had to go to class. Of course, you were playing Tecmo Bowl before you went to class. So I just waited patiently in the dorm room, reading a book, studying, minding my own business. You left. I waited a good 5 minutes, and I got to work. I didn't know exactly how it was going to go, but I had a good inkling of what I wanted to achieve. So after you left, I turned off the console. I ejected the Tecmo Bowl cartridge, and I took a screwdriver we had in the room, and I pried open the cartridge. I got it open, right? So it's in 2 pieces now. Now, I had to make sure, as much as I could, that this was going to be undetectable. Obviously, I was doing this surreptitiously. I didn't want you to know, but I wanted to take care of it. This was the, it may not make any sense now, but it's what I deemed, the most fair solution at the time. So I couldn't just crush it. I couldn't destroy it. I wanted to make it seem as if nothing had been done, that it hadn't been tampered with. So, the best thing I could come up with was crazy glue. So I'd gone to the convenience store and bought a large size crazy glue. And so I've got the kind of 2 halves of the Tecmo Bowl cartridge in my hands, and after peeling back one piece, I could see the microchip in there. So what I did is once I kind of had access to the microchip, I unloaded the entire bottle of crazy glue all over the microchip, hoping that would make the game non-functional. So I waited a couple minutes, blew on it, waited till I could, kind of knew that it was dry, and was able to put the cartridge back together, put it back in the console, and hope for the best. At that time, I'd never done anything like that before. I was hoping that the crazy glue would make the microchip inoperable, and just, hope and wait. So I made sure that I was home. We knew each other's schedules well, so I made sure that I knew, or that I was home in the dorm when you were coming back. When you got back, no big surprise, you went right to the game console. You turned it on and turned your head back around backwards, got you a dip, and got ready to play. And when you pressed play, static. All static. And you can imagine how difficult it was to keep it inside. But I did. And I let you suffer through it. This may be very difficult for you to hear now, 32 years later. You may have wondered what happened to your Tecmo Bowl game. It was me. It was me with Crazy Glue. And, full disclosure, it was magnificent. People talk about their college experiences, with words like learning and growth and evolve and set me up for success later in life. Not me. When someone asks me about my experience at Santa Clara University now, I recount the triumph of destroying your Tecmo Bowl game and ensuring that you and your friends could never play in our room again. And it worked out well because you didn't seem too upset at the time. Things just moved to another room. And for the rest of the year, I think it was in Trevor's room, all the Tecmo Bowl tournaments happened in there, giving me all the freedom that I wanted to study and enjoy a room like the co-equal partner that I thought I had every right to be. So there you go, Dave. That's now you know what happened. Again, this is a gift that I'm giving you on your 50th birthday. I hope you appreciate it. It is done out of deeply unconditional love, and I guess you're welcome.